As it turns out, the Queen was frustrated with climate change inaction as the rest of us. The Queen spoke to the Duchess of Cornwall and the Parliament's presiding officer about COP26 climate summit in Glasgow. Said, "It's really irritating when they talk, but they don't do." Over the course of her reign, the Queen had implemented a number of environment-friendly changes to her estate. Here are some of the choices she made to live a more sustainable life. In 2019, her official dresser announced that the Queen had stopped wearing real fur, and any future outfits would only use faux fur. However, it should be noted that the Queen did still wear some fur as part of her royal duties, as many of her traditional ceremonial robes are made of fur. The Queen's decision had a far-reaching impact, with List's 2020 Conscious Fashion report finding that it prompted a 52% spike in searches for faux fur products. Although the Queen of course regularly wore new outfits to public appearances, she also tried to repeat her looks more than once. Aside from personally turning off unused lights, the Queen kept a watchful eye over how much non-renewable energy is used across her estate, monitoring consumption through a network of 60 smart meters. In a bid to cut down on how much power was consumed, energy-efficient LED lighting, which promised to use 86% less electricity, is being trialed at her homes. The Queen's estate is also not heated by the national grid. Instead, Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle use combined heat and power plants and boilers to convert natural gas into electricity. Additionally, Windsor Castle gets 40% of its electricity from 2 hydroelectric turbines on the River Thames at Romney Weir. The Queen's frugal ways have been well documented by royal historians and biographers. In her 2012 book, Young Elizabeth: The Making of Our Queen, author Kate Williams claimed that the Queen often reuses wrapping paper. Buckingham Palace is home to 4 Italian honeybee hives, 2 of which have been there since 2009 and 2 since 2010. The hives are kept on an island in the middle of the garden's lake, which is covered in grasses, giving them immediate access to approximately 350 types of wildflowers and 600 plants. After their first year in their new home, the bees produced 83 jars of honey. Buckingham Palace gardens have been carefully designed so that they may serve as habitats for a variety of insects. The gardens also have a long grass policy across 10% of the land. Around 320 types of wildflowers grow here and are allowed to go through an entire yearly cycle of growth before being cut in August. In May, the Queen announced a new initiative asking the public to plant as many new trees as possible ahead of her Platinum Jubilee in June. To help kickstart the scheme, the Queen had partnered with Woodland Trust, which will be donating more than 3 million free saplings to schools and community groups across the country. It also had been backed by previous Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who said trees stand at the front line of our fight against climate change. In the last year, like the rest of the world, the royals have reduced their international and domestic travel because of the pandemic. But, according to the BBC, previous accounts showed that the royal family's carbon footprint from official travel alone was around 3,000 tons of Colorado-2 in 2018. The same year, Harry and Meghan were criticized for flying by private jet. It is unclear whether the family uses carbon offsetting when traveling. During a tour of Edinburgh Climate Change Institute earlier this month, the Queen said that climate change means, we are going to have to change the way we do things really, in the end. Among her own personal changes, the Queen has taken to traveling in electric vehicles. In 2017, a spokesperson for the royal family told the Mirror that the Queen had expanded her fleet of electric vehicles, adding an eco-friendly Nissan van. Despite her passing, her initiatives and values on climate change action should and will live on.